care, all right? Don't whip out your spreadsheet and your 15 different pages. If you feel like you're in the middle of this presentation, I'm gonna tell you all about my history, you're gonna lose that bull. If you know you're getting ready to talk to a bull, whether it be in a customer service issue or in selling, you just have to be straight and to the point. They don't care. I know you do, I know they need it, because without this background information, how can anybody make any kind of decision? But they don't care, they don't need it. Bulls are the easiest to manage, absolute easiest to manage, because you just tell them, shut up, I got this under control. You're right, I'm wrong, we'll make it happen, be quiet. Bulls, is that kind of like how you like to be spoken to a certain degree? Like, just freaking take care of it, I don't really care how, right? Things that just take care of it for the love of God, right? Okay, so that's how you deal with bulls, owls, lambs, and you will waste a lot of time together. You'll become BFFs. Just don't do it on work hours if you work for somebody else. But the two of you together, between the hugging and the checklist, it's like a 17-hour presentation. Between the sharing of the grandparents' photos and all that stuff. Owls, if you want to make more money and you're dealing with a lamb, just hug them. That's all you gotta do is hug the lamb and tell them everything's gonna be okay. All right, and then the tigers aren't really listening to you anyway, so don't worry about it, okay? So that's how you do with them. Now, my lambs, give me my lambs. Be proud. Raise your hand high, lammies. I am a lamb and I am proud of it. Usually I can tell a lamb when I give out the rubber ducks, because lambs will go, oh, it's okay. I'm like, go ahead, get what you want. No, it's all right. And then they'll come back afterwards. Do you have any extras? I have 2 grandchildren at home. I'd like a couple of duckies for them. I have extras, so lambs come on up, right? Lambs, here's where your biggest challenge is in this kind of industry. Is it stressful in what you guys do? Do people get upset or anything? It's a pretty easy industry, I understand, right? That's why everybody's in it, right? Super easy. Lambs, it's not about you. I know you're trying your best to take care of them. When they're upset, they're never mad at you. They're mad at the situation. Just remember that. They're mad at the situation, not you. If you get a bull that's going to come and chomp you up, just say, I understand, you were right, I am wrong, or you are right. You don't even have to admit that you're wrong. Or you can even say, even if they aren't right, because I don't believe in lying, you can say, I see your point. I understand where you're coming from. I can see how frustrating that would be. That's all you have to say to a bull, and they'll leave you alone. I'll take care of it. I don't need you to call me back. I'll call you back when things are done. I have to say this to my lambs, because lambs usually take on the world, and my lambs, I need you to understand this. The world doesn't really care that you take them on. 5 years from now, nobody remembers your name, unfortunately. You remember theirs. You remember every name of every person, of every human you've ever run into. I'll get emails from people will send me birthday cards, and I love you for that. But in this environment, I want you to understand it's okay. You just need to do your best job for them, okay? So bulls, owls, lambs, and tigers. Yes, did you have a question? Oh, okay, fantastic. Oh, you're repeating, that's good. That's a good owl move. Of course she's repeating. Of course she's repeating. All right, so that's our premise. So everything moving forward, we're gonna use those 4 things. Bulls, owls, lambs, and tigers. You got it? Okay, here we go. Now, the next thing that happens is in business is we have to learn how to control our time and our energy. Where we spend our time and how we gain new energy. Does everybody have enough time in their week in here? Get everything done, right? Of course not. So this is like the first thing that I learned from successful business owners is they learned how to do this. They also learned how to say no. Now, I know somebody was up here talking about join some committees. You have to join every committee because they just asked you to. But other committees and other organizations say no to, all right? No is a complete sentence. Did anybody watch Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University? Do you remember that? A couple of you guys, you should write that down and Google it and watch it. It's an amazing 18-minute commencement speech. But then he talked about when he was diagnosed with cancer, he realized, and he was always kind of a forward-thinking, live my life to the moment anyway person, but he's like, I realized that when I was diagnosed with that, I looked at my calendar and I looked at all these things on my calendar and I said, if I only had 2 weeks left, would I be doing these things? Right? So I would encourage you as business owners to take a look at your calendar and compare it to your goals. Who feels like that sometimes throughout the week, at the end of the week, you feel like, God, I don't think I got everything accomplished that I wanted to get accomplished. Like you were more in reactive mode versus proactive mode. Anybody in more reactive mode? Right? So open, yes sir, right? Open up your calendar. activities that are on there. And if they do not proactively help you grow your business or take care of your clients, cancel them. Pick up the phone. Lambs, it's okay. You can cancel an appointment. It's all right. Pick up the phone and cancel those appointments. Because it's not getting you where you need to go. Because in business, time is something that we have to squeeze every little bit of energy out of, right? Everything has to be really productive. Women, this no is a complete sentence is really geared towards you. Do you find yourself saying yes to the Tupperware party and you're like, why am I wasting 5 hours with that? Oh, and then you decided to host it on top of that, right? All of a sudden you're the coat check girl at the banquet. You're like, how did this happen? It was because you didn't say no. Men, you guys are really balanced with this. We need to learn from y'all. Dudes, if you want to go golfing and the wife says, hey, can you stay home and help with the lawn and you still want to go golfing, what do you say? No, I'm going golfing. We'll deal with the lawn later on. Women, we've got to learn to say no. It's really important. No is a complete sentence. You'll save 7 hours a week, and I challenge my clients to do that. 7 hours a week if you start saying no and you cancel unnecessary appointments. And this whole let's get together for lunch and pick each other's brain, that's a waste of time. Let's pick each other's brain over the phone first. We'll hit happy hour later on, or early morning breakfast, but to have lunch in the middle of the day, now I might be rocking some people's worlds right now. If you built your whole business on lunches, start building it on 15-minute phone calls. Come to these, come to your NARPM meetings. That's where you build relationships, right? Another piece of advice, and I learned this not too long ago, and I talked about this on Fox Business, is this thing called Pomodors. Has anybody heard of Pomodors? This is great. This is where you divide your day up into 25-minute segments. And then you set the alarm for 25 minutes. You don't check email. You don't answer phones. You don't do it. You will get 6 hours worth of work done in that 25 minutes if you don't have any distractions. Schedule yourself like 3 or 4 Pomodors a week. All right, so that's how you're going to save some time. The next is high standards will help increase your energy. So who in here knows what I'm talking about first off with standards? Standards are kind of like things that you hold yourself accountable to. You don't need to see it, it just says standards. Look. High standards, that's it, that's all it says. Okay, thank you though, Stacy. High standards. Who knows what I'm talking about with standards? I know, owl over here, you've missed a slide. Please go back. I cannot. Stacy, you are an owl. You've got a lot of tiger in you too, girlfriend. Don't worry. I talked to John, he told me. But you've got a lot of owl in you. High standards are things that you hold yourself accountable to. Who feels drained at the end of the week? The rest of you are liars. Thank you for the honest people in the room. You're never drained. You're not listening really to anything. That's true. You're always pumped up, right? I know. Exactly. Tigers don't ever let things roll off our back, right? And we're very excited all the time. If you find yourself drained, it's because you're overloaded on your calendar. But the other thing is that I want everyone to recognize that it's okay to have really high standards. And standards are the things that you hold yourself accountable to. Who in here are the actual business owners of your company? All right, so I'm going to speak to you directly right now. Do you have people that work for you? When they mess something up, do you just say, oh, that's okay? No. Do you let misspelled words go out on a flyer? Do you let them talk to clients in an inappropriate manner? Those are called standards, right? Those are your standards. We're not going to be rude to our clients, right? If you find yourself where you have an employee, and I coach people all the time, and they've got this one employee that doesn't do what I want them to do to the standard that I want them to do, you got to fire them. Yep, I just said it. You got to fire them. They're not going to change. You can counsel them for 30, 60, 90, 120 days, but if they aren't doing up to your standards, that's your reputation on the line. Sir.
When you step up and fire that employee, everybody else that works for you realizes the importance of the standards that you say they have to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Did y'all hear what he said? So when you get rid of that employee that's not doing it well, I was coaching a woman and in her mission statement or in their value statement, they said, if you have a bad day, it's okay. We understand you have things going on at home, and we all have stuff going on at home. We need to be sensitive. And if you can't change your attitude within 90 days, then we'll start talking. It's in her value statement that she gives to her employees. I'm like, what are you doing? Hold your standards high. Your standards are what determines whether or not all that hard work you've put in as a business owner, because we know we make no money in the beginning, right? We put it all back into the business. Those standards have to stay high. You guys already know about standards because you belong to this organization. Those people that are in your industry that don't belong to this organization or to learning and to growing do not have high standards. So you already have high standards. Keep them high. Now, on a personal level, I always like to share my personal standards because maybe it plays a role into your business standards as well. I will tell you, you want to hang out with me because I get anything at any time from anyone at any day, anything that I want because I ask and then I have these high standards. So here's some typical standards. I have two types. I have the important ones and I have the not so important, but they give me energy. The important ones are I don't gossip and I don't lie, right? So if you don't gossip and you don't lie, you never feel like you drained your energy from like this nagging thing that you did wrong. And also I don't lie, so if you're not feeling really comfortable in your outfit today and you ask me how you look, there's a strong chance that I might say, skirts look better on you, or white's not really your color. The other thing is standards are simple little things like I don't drink out of cans. I can't stand that. Or bottles. That's disgusting. Who does that, right? Even beer, I don't drink out of the beer. I don't wear t-shirts that have scoop necks because I have big boobs. I gotta have a V. Girls, you know what I'm talking about, right? Do the V. Require the person that gives you the t-shirt to give you a V. Ask them to give you a V-neck t-shirt, right? I don't shop at Walmart. Those people irritate me, and I'm proud to say that. I can't handle the Walmart shoppers. I'm a Target girl myself, right? Normally, I don't stay in hotels with outdoor doors like we're staying in today, but this one was very clean on the inside, so I was okay with that. I don't shop at Walmart. When I go into a restaurant, here's what happens. I walk in. I say, oh my God, I'm so excited to be here, because of course all tigers do that. I've already made 3 friends in the parking lot anyway. I walk in. I say, hi, it's party of 2. I'd like a booth, something preferably not near the kitchen. I don't want a table where my butt's sticking out because I really don't want to be part of the pathway. I can't face a wall. I don't want to be near the bathroom. I don't want to be near the buster station because I really don't work for you at this point. I hear those screaming kids off to the right. We're going to go ahead and seat me over here to the left. And I prefer a booth where I can take my shoes off because I'm from Florida, and Florida crackers like to have their shoes off, and I want to cross my legs, so I don't want the booth facing where somebody can see up my skirt when I take my shoes off. Don't tell me you don't like say to yourself, God, I wish I could say that, but you can. And this is what happens. They look at me and they go, okay, why don't you just show us where you'd like to sit? I think that's an amazing solution. Let's do that. And I usually just walk right in, and I do it all the time. You'll see me at a restaurant. I'm walking around with a menu. No, don't like that one. No, don't like that. I'm like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory. Anybody watch that show? Yeah, you don't like that. I'm very Sheldon-like when I do that. But I bring that up because, and if something comes to me that's not cooked right, what do you think I'm doing?
Sending it back.
Sending it back in the nicest, sweetest way to the server. Obviously, the kitchen staff did not follow your strict instructions, and I know you gave them to cook my burger medium rare, right? I always help them save face. But the point of the reason why I like to bring up standards is because it's important for you to be okay with expecting the most of yourself and those around you. That is the problem with our country. Don't let me get on my soapbox. But we have lowered our freaking standards so low that nobody notices really great customer service. If you say hello, you're getting a comment card like, oh my God, the best server ever! Right? Raise those standards. Where am I on time? I have no idea what time it is. Hold on. Stand by. Tiger moment. Oh, good. Am I doing okay? You guys having a good time? You learning some stuff? Just lie and clap loud.